Reminisce show every Tuesday, coming to you live, 7 p.m. Eastern time, carrying the traditions of St. Kofa, because sometimes we got to go back and collect and bring back what is useful. But also add another African term though, which is Ubuntu, which is a South African word, which means I am because we are. You know what I mean? So we bring it all back into everything we do, man. I go by Logic, and I'm here with my brother.
Mine been supreme in the cut, in the place to be.
Yes. Oh man, there's a lot going on, man, in the news. Some new festivals that are coming up, concerts, all kinds of stuff that's happening in the city, in hip hop news in general. And as always, man, we got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about it, man. Bring in that cultural integrity and our own perspectives to the table. You know what I mean? But before we get into that, always do a check-in as always, man. How you doing, brother, man? How's your week? How you enjoy? How was the long weekend, man? You do anything exciting? I'm pretty sure you did, man. You always do something exciting on the weekends.
I did. I saw. Let me see. I saw a lover. I went out to an event. I shot a porn scene. I had a
casual, just a light weekend,
Light weekend, yeah. I had a feast or famine weekend. I was either doing exciting things or I was just resting my body.
There we go.
Back up on my rooftop. I had some guests over and we were out in the sun. It was beautiful, enjoying the sunshine. And yeah, man, just doing some spring cleaning. I unfortunately have misplaced my keys. So universe, please let me find my keys again. Just funny little things have been popping up. I bumped into a few friends randomly. But yeah, and I saw you that time. That was cool.
Yeah, that was like so like aligned. You were like walking, and right at Queen and John too. You know what I'm saying? Like the classic like intersection, and it was that that intersection brings back so much memories for many reasons. Selling CDs and of course much music, speakers corner, seeing the VJs, and just the usual suspects on Queen Street. When you're like a regular, you know what I mean, and brought back so much memories, and that sparked some ideas, like for us of just things that I want to do when it gets a little warmer, because I always tell people, man, I don't get excited for summer or warmer weather until the 1st of June, because Toronto be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one day it'll be hot. You're like, yes, shorts, we're here. And everybody's like, rocking tank tops. I'm like, ta.
You're absolutely right. And I will end off how I'm doing. I will end it off with a friend I saw. Actually, I also went to a porn event on Saturday. It was a local a porn award show for short film. Even though I was shooting on Friday, so I didn't have time to submit for something on Saturday. But I went there on Saturday just to be a member in the crowd and just to support the community. And I ended up knowing like 3 or 4 out of the 8 people who submitted, and I had sex with a couple of them and already worked with some of them in a few ways, which was cool. But one of my friends there was like, yo, it's my birthday and I want to bless you with a trip to Canada's Wonderland. And we were going to go today. And we were planning to go to Canada's Wonderland today. And then we felt like the sun was nice. And then we felt the cool air and it was like, it's too cold. So we're going to go and it's a little warmer. So that's
I can definitely that's a good segue, because I actually went to Wonderland twice this weekend, because I got a season's pass. And
you did? You already went?
I got a season because I got my girls are like my oldest is already a teenager. She's gonna be 16 this summer, and my youngest, she's 12, but she thinks she's a teenager. So these kids are expensive these days. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna invest in seasons passes for us, so at least that's like an activity, and they're old enough where they can like kind of go off on their own. Like I mean I'll be there, they can go do their thing, and I can like hang out and I don't know, like watch like water or something, or when they have like the entertainment or something like that. I don't have to go on all the rides anymore. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
But no, you're right though. Like the first day that we went, it was kind of like half raining, half not. We it was good though, because the rain was there. That means there wasn't much people there. So we got to go on a few rides and whatnot. But then went on, when was it? On Monday, and it was just a rampacked. It was just like people everywhere and whatnot. But it was a good vibe, but it was also cold, and I didn't dress appropriately. Because, yo, listen, I don't know about y'all, man, but I don't like to be cold, yo. Like, when I'm cold, it just throws off my enjoyment, like everything, like nothing. I can't enjoy things if I'm cold. I'd rather be hot.
Capital, yo. Screw
Yeah,
face
no,
capital.
for real. I'm miserable. I'm
bitter.
miserable.
Miserable's the word.
Yeah, and I'm seeing other folks that are just, you know, chilling with like a t-shirt and whatnot. I'm like, bro, like, you know, it's cold, man. Stop playing, man. Stop playing.
Yeah, for real.
You know, just coming out with just a sweater.
Yeah,
I'm like, nah, man, this is ridiculous. So, but yeah, like Wonderland's definitely a good vibe. What else? I saw was it a Final Destination as well?
Oh shit!
Honestly, like, I'll tell you this. What's up?
Saw it in the theater.
In the theater, yeah. Like the latest one. There's a new one that just came out.
Yeah. Bloodlines.
Blah. Like, listen, man. Like, I forgot that I can't stomach that kind of stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I love horror films. I love horror films and thriller, but when things are just, it's just so extra. And I mean, like you know, the whole plot of Final Destination, where it's like you can't escape death and all these things, and no matter how much you try, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, let the people live, yo. You know what I mean? And
yo, the most elaborate deaths of all time, yo. They just go,
it's like the worst,
overboard.
The worst.
I love the fake outs they do. Like, I don't even know, but I saw in the commercial, there's that one where the dude spills the ice in the sink with the glass. So you're like, I'm like, all right, so he's just gonna like scoop up a glass and drink this. But like, nope. It's like the glass falls on the ground, and then the next thing falls into the next thing. And the glass is just the beginning of a whole bunch of. I'm like, yo, what the hell,
bro?
It's so,
man, that stresses me out. Yeah. So anyway, so that was that. But hey, it is what it is. but anyways, moving on
really quick though, I just wanted to know, do you remember seeing the black guy in that? Tony Todd, Candyman, the brother. He was I didn't even see the movie, but I know that he plays the coroner.
Oh, yes. Oh, I didn't make that connection. That's crazy. Yeah, and that's an interesting story. I won't like, you know, reveal that yet. Yes, you're right. Yeah.
I just want to, you know, this is for people who, you know, it's not really ruining a movie, but so that's his last role ever, and they knew that he was passing away. So what he did in that movie, they just let him freestyle. They're like, just speak from your heart. Like, this isn't even. Wow. And they're like, this is like, they're like, and because he was also in the first one. So
right.
Yeah, and
so that's crazy.
Yeah. So it's a callback, and they just let him just like speak, but they're like, yo, brother, we know you're gonna die soon, and this movie is about death. So like, what he says is like comes from his heart. They're like, they said that it was unscripted, and like he just spoke to the.
He definitely came like the oracle. You know what I mean? Like his vibe in that was where. But that's, you know what? I didn't even make that connection, because I know when the movie ended, man, they say like, you know, in memory of, and I didn't even make that connection. But what's even more, but now when you say that, right, it's like, you know, talk about Candyman and whatnot. He was like the one black guy that didn't die. You know what I mean? So like, as you put it, that was interesting, because, you know, there's a way that he cheated death, but, you know, I'll you know, leave that for, you know, for y'all to go watch and whatever.
Hey, that, I mean, that is just beautiful there for them to do, because like he passed away in real life, and like
100,
you know,
man.
He's an OG, and I met him once in real life at one of these Comic-Con things. Yo, man, I will tell this story for 50 years, man. He is one of the coolest human beings I ever met in my life, man. He was like, he was just talking to like 6 or 7 of us. Like, it was just a small lineup for him. And he was just a fantastic person, man. He told hilarious stories, some like real shit, some life lessons. And he was just like, oh man, I will like, I've seen him in a variety of movies and stuff, but like, I love Tony Todd, man, forever. And it just like, I just gotta like big him up. I gotta see that movie, and just I'm just
100%, man.
bawling when I see him on screen. But yeah, I met that brother, man, and he's a good one. He's a good man.
Wow. No, thank you for sharing that, man, because I didn't. Wow, that just add like a whole other spin to the movement. So that's like Final Destination. Rest in peace, man. Tony Todd, man. Big up to the brother there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Moving along, I know there's definitely, a lot of things to touch on, between like, Diddy, Tory Lanez and whatnot. But before we get into all that, I'm excited for North by Northeast. North by Northeast is one of my, favorite festivals, like, in Toronto, because it has this indie band kind of vibe. There's always just like a lot of great music happening. I know sometimes they take over I was going to say Dundas Square, Sankofa.
Right? Okay, it's all good.
They take over Sankofa Square and just have a free concert. Yeah, I know. We've seen, I think, like, I'm pretty sure I've seen like Juicy J perform there for North by Northeast one year. So random. I think like the Roots and whatnot, which the Roots are coming to Toronto, by the way, June
22nd,
21st. Yeah, I put a request in for media, man. So hopefully, you know what I mean, we'll be out there representing.
Bring us into
come on, give us the access, man. Give us the access.
Love, I'm coming to talk to you, brother. I'm coming to talk to you. We have a conversation to have.
That's it, man. That's it.
Yeah. I definitely would love to support them. The Roots, at Sankofa Square, Rakim has been there. J Electronica has been there.
Yeah.
He's Chalk Claire, lots of people rock it. But yeah, it's festival season. It's gonna be popping. It's gonna be nice to just float around, see what's going on in the city, run up, gotta capture this history.
What this lineup is looking like, man. I'm gonna be real, man. I don't know none of these artists, but I promise you they're all gonna be dope. Like, I have never been to like a whack North by Northeast, any venue, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure if they're gonna do it this year, but I know there was a year where, all along Queen Street, you know what I mean, was just like venues of just stuff happening and, concert goers. And, when you get the media pass, man, you can just like hop in, hop out, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's like a pub crawl, you know what I'm saying? Like, anybody goes over kind of vibe, but it's like for concerts. And, you go in to see like the random rock band, I just love music. So, I'm not really picky of the genre. I just want to hear good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not a single artist am I familiar with, and I'm with you there.
That's too. Okay. We're going to get familiar.
And yeah,
I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, man. I'm looking at all of the black artists, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna check this, we're gonna check this, we're gonna check you. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else too, of course. You know what I mean? Like I said, North by Northeast is definitely a vibe for independent, upcoming artists, and there's something cool about knowing artists when they're on their come up. So when they blow up, it's like, yo, remember when we saw them at the Horseshoe or at like Opera House or whatever, and now it's like Scotiabank Arena, right? So that's always interesting.
I mean, it's awesome when it happens in Canada because hell, like literally the Drake and the Weeknd were cats that we used to be able to see at Sound Academy, and now they're international artists, a world-class legend. But like, yeah, I mean, I remember whether they come from here or come from somewhere else, it's just I remember seeing Odd Future at the Phoenix, and I remember seeing Tyler the Creator at the Phoenix in front of 1,500 people, and then last year I saw Tyler the Creator at Air Canada Center, and it was like, yo, this guy. I mean, I saw him long before he's won his Grammys, and it's just really cool to see him grow. He's one of the great new generation cats. I find like he really. I think Tyler represents all like. I don't like everything he does, but like, like as an artist or as a human being talking in a famous context, but I still respect him for sure, and I like to see cats like follow his kind of ideas. That being said, though, there's a bunch of, I mean, he was a controversial dude and got a few beefs and stuff, and there's a lot of beef popping, and it's not. I shouldn't say beef. I should say bar battling. There's a
Talk
lot.
about it, man.
There's a
What's
lot.
going on? What's the battles? Which one?
Literally, there's been 2 more diss records that I heard in the last hour from Daylight. So, so
okay.
yeah, there's like, it's probably like a 5, 6, 7 way kind of diss thing happening right now. Right. And primarily it's Joey Badass. Shout out Joey Badass.
Salute, man.
He, and things have been kind of bubbling up all week. I got a list of all the songs right here. Elliot Wilson has actually written down all the songs, and there is in the last week, there's been 14 or 15 diss records going back and forth between these dudes. And
what?
I haven't.
Man, where have I been, man? I've been sleeping on this, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're not all like bigger super name MCs, so that's why a couple of them go under the radar. But they be spitting at
hip hop, yo. Come on.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. That's why I'm, like, so it's like Joey Badass. I'll name a couple of the cats in it. So it's Joey Badass, Daylight, Ray Vaughn, CJ Fly, Reason, AC Chike, Kai Cash, and Jay Wan. But it's mostly Joey Badass and Daylight. That's kind of primarily Joey Badass is repping New York. Daylight is repping LA West Coast. And they're going back and forth at each other. Joey Badass, like 2 days ago, he put out a song, and he got that famous battle dude Loaded Lux on it. I don't know if you're that it's and like both of these guys, they be like referencing like Little Kim and like New York dudes and Tupac and like Hit 'Em Up and stuff. So like there's like some subtle East Coast, West Coast commentary happening on these records. Like it's a lot of New York versus LA shit. And it's nothing violent. Nobody's getting a couple of people take a couple violent lyrical things, but it's not like serious. Yeah. I'll fuck you up. So but Daylight's dropping a few records and he's coming pretty hard. He dropped 3 records in the last 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like streets is talking. Shit's hot out here.
Man. Okay. Well, with that being said, we can just share a little bit of this real quick. So as I mentioned before, there was a B-boy battle, man, that was happening. Which is wild, man. This was happening. I don't know if y'all can see that. I know this is off of Instagram. I'm not sure how to expand this or whatever, if there's a little thing in the corner or whatever. But yo, this was happening at Scarborough Town Center in Scarborough. And as you can see, man, it's like a pretty dope vibe. And if I knew about this, I would have, made some efforts to swing by. I think this would have been a really dope vibe. I just saw some updates online. Not even sure who organized it. I know it's just I think it's called B-Boy TO or something like that. And man, shout out to Scarborough Town Center for doing something like this. I wonder if something like this could happen at the Eaton Center.
That would be
and
sick.
So where in the Eaton Center where would this take place? But either way, it's dope.
Yeah, I mean, down on the bottom floor near the main fountain, there seems to space.
Okay.
Even on the main floor, right outside of Eaton, like right just below Indigo. When you go down the escalator,
yeah. Gotcha.
They put a couple cars there. But yo, that's a sick idea. That looks amazing.
I mean, you know what? Like, as communities, grow and sometimes dissolve or whatever, like we need more spaces like this. I think that's something that's been missing a lot, and we haven't really seen as intentional like since like COVID and whatnot, and just like like taking up public spaces and switching that up. And for me, it's really symbolic, right? Because spaces like malls, which are, central to like youth culture and, b-boy hip, the hip hop elements of taking up space and, being free is often like shunned. And, security would be trying to like, push people away or whatever if they started breaking, in the middle of the floor or whatever. So to have this take place in these types of public spaces is pretty dope. I think it would be interesting to have like a b-boy battle, like I don't know, like some other space. I'm trying to think, like maybe somewhere on Bay Street, like in like the TD Tower or something like that. You know what I mean? Like just like taking up space, like anywhere to be like, yo, we are here, and hey, you want to invest in this.
You are absolutely right, and not like this shit is still relevant because it's youth culture, whether it was like in 1994 or 95 or 2025. And not only that, on top of that is the added connection of actual human connection where people aren't just sitting at home. Like it's nice to have it like actually available to watch online, but gathering people is so important. So kids aren't just sitting at home just watching things on TV. It's just like, yo, like gather people to watch dancing live in person.
That's it.
This is so dope. Like I would have loved to have been there. I've never seen that. That's fantastic. Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Like this is pure like Reminisce show. You know what I mean? Like talking about. I mean, this is the culture. This is the lost element. And I think one thing that I've really appreciated about b-boy culture is, when you look at hip hop, it's movement. You know what I mean? And this is literal movement. But to me, it's something that, in today's culture with so much like streaming and just, being indoors and sitting on your chair in front of a microphone, like, yeah, it's great. But, this is something that we all need to be mindful of and considering, like the movement. You got to move your body, man. As the saying goes, man, if you don't move it, you lose it.
That's really it. And that's really it. That's really it. And it's just, and we can have a balance. It's not like to say it's all or nothing. Like we can still be connected through technology and still do the things that we do and do work on Zoom and all that stuff and get our information from our websites and watch podcasts. But if we can go link up once a month, once every 3 months, and watch some b-boys in a live setting, that's peace. That's culture. So I'm happy that they did that. Break TO, shout out. Wish we knew. We love 100%. Gunshots,
man. 100, yo, 100
on the side, jamming and rocking. Probably at the front, getting some footage. So yeah.
Hey, well, I'm gonna try to stay in tune as much as possible, man, because like I said, there's somewhere I want to go all out, which is the documentation and all of that.
Speaking of, there is something to document coming up in 2 days, which I should be at. The Far Side. Well, it's actually the headliner is Cypress Hill, but
yes.
Far Side and De La Soul will also be opening up, and that will be fantastic to see. I'm going to be going through there. It'll be dope.
Okay. When's that show happening in Far Side?
On the 22nd. It's coming up in 2 days. It's on Thursday. I think it's Coca-Cola Coliseum.
Yep.
So shout out to Canada Cannabis Tour, something like Canada Biz or something like that.
It's like Cannabis or Canada Bis or something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
Shout out to Be Real. I be actually watching his show sometimes, man. It's pretty cool. They don't go too deep into anything politically or whatever. It's but it's it's
a nice little vibe.
Yeah, they journey down Reminisce Lane, and they tell lots of good stories. And I saw actually recently they had Everlast, and they were just answering random questions, and it was cool to see just Everlast chatting. I didn't get to see, but I didn't get to hear, but I saw that he brought Bud Bundy onto his show recently.
But wait, Bud Bundy? Like, wait, who's Bud Bundy?
From Married with Children, you remember? Al Bundy. Yeah, from the TV.
I was gonna say Al, but Bud Bundy, like the son.
Yeah, the son. Yeah.
That's so interesting. Well, hold on, because if I'm not mistaken, like the son, like he had a quick rap, like something, if I'm not mistaken.
David
like
Faustino. Yeah, David Faustino.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I remember he had like a little 1-2 quick, man, trying to tap into that.
Yeah, for real. That was after like the Marky Mark wave. That was pre-Eminem.
Pre-Eminem. Yeah, indeed. Well, hey man, like, hey, he's leveraging, his status, because like, if you're on a popular sitcom, man, like that's the only platform you really need, man. Like you a celebrity at that point,
True. And that being said, for those who really know, like he actually is like a real hip hop head. Like I don't know. I didn't even really, the rap was one thing, but I knew that he actually threw hip hop parties in LA.
Yeah.
Like, and there were apparently there were rumored to be like real dope parties. That's the word on the street. Like I always heard good things about like David Faustino was like, so
I'm trying to think, like, did Married with Children have any like hip hop elements or references in that show? I'm trying to think if there's any like episodes or anything that alluded to hip hop.
Well, yes. Yeah. I mean, the son was Grandmaster B.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And Al hated him. So like it was in the 90s and it was like early 90s.
Sure. Yeah, where it's like turn off that boom bap rap. Trying to be black and all of that.
But like, this is when, fat jokes and like race jokes, shit was like raw. And like
unfiltered, man.
Like things that you could not get away with on TV now. So like I remember Al hated hip hop, but like Bud, the son, was about that. So
yeah. No, that's what's up. That's what's up. Oh man, what a time, man. Reminisce, man.
Oh my god, you're digging up good.
And that was considered like wholesome TV, like like right after the news or something, you know what I'm saying? It was like primetime television, Cool, man.
Yo, man. You definitely couldn't get away with a lot of that nowadays.
Nah, man. So moving along here, man. We got to talk a little bit about like what's happening with Tory Lanez,
Speak on it.
There's some talks, going on, with got Congresswoman Anna here, who's talking about sharing some evidence that supports Tory Lanez's innocence, and things are just so like sticky and messy, and for me, it's like challenging to figure out like what is the truth. I do appreciate that there is a desire to uncover the truth, and I think that we as people deserve that regardless of what was their perceived like circumstances, what I mean? So if there is some compelling information, my thing is like, why was that not presented from before? Like, why was it withheld? And I don't know, like I'm still like green in this, but yeah, what I mean? It's weird, like I'm glad that that Tory has not been unalived, and what I mean, like he survived that, because that was a crazy scenario that could have been very unfortunate, and it's unfortunate that it has taken something like this to now like prompt to be like, okay, we have the truth now, and it just leads to more and more questions, in terms of the trial and like how is evidence being submitted and so on and so forth. But I think one of the main things was, I believe it was one of the security guards who came forward and said that another woman is the one who shot Megan allegedly, and his position in that, from my understanding, well, this is how it's perceived, I guess, and the idea of like protecting Black women, and it's so sticky when it comes to the no snitching culture and this and that, and like what's really like the motive here, and it's so sticky because if a woman, especially a woman, says that, hey, this is what happened, like I want to believe that, and now like things are just so like up in the air, what I'm saying? I know that Megan has went online and has commented it, and there was a petition out, and a lot of celebrities have been supporting that, and like Drake and A Boogie with a Hoodie and a few other folks and whatnot. But yeah, it's sticky for me. It's unfortunate all around, just as Black people and whatnot. Like, there's a crazy movement happening in Africa right now. You get me? Like, that's where I'm focused on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the time where we got to unite, and I hope that at some point we can move past these like entertainment politics and get into the real politics.
You said it. You absolutely said it, because the deepest, highest, most fundamental justice still must be served to our people. And like, while like real colonialism is still happening, and $1 billion deficits are still happening, and people are being oppressed and enslaved and murdered and land robbed, like in America, exactly how you said, like these entertainment politics are taking time and energy and almost taking lives away. And it's just like, yo, man, just get it right the first time. Like I totally hear you about this no snitching culture being really problematic, because it's like, I just want the truth, man. I'm on some Malcolm X shit. I am for the truth, no matter who is for it or against it. I'm for justice, no matter who is for or against it. And that means, like, I mean, I'm like, from what I saw, it looked like he kind of did it. I heard a few things but it's like he never testified in his own defense. And that was one of the big things where I'm like, I feel like that was one of the reasons why I thought that he had done it. And I'm like, if he is not snitching to try to save Kelsey, I don't understand that. I'm like, so you would go to jail for 12, 14 years for this other person? Like, it didn't make sense to me. So that's and now it's like coming out that like who is covering up for who, for what reasons, and like this no snitching thing, whatever, has fucked up the truth. And like, I'm like, bro, if you didn't do it, you shouldn't be in jail. Like, that's what I feel. But if you did do it, you should be in jail. So it's like this evidence coming out now is just like, what I'm like, drop this fucking shit, because the justice system, like, this is kind of a travesty of justice to bring something out that might like release the guy after an almost murder case, and him already being in jail for a fucking year and a half. Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, and I'm curious to know, like, like the process on this. Like, okay, so in the event that compelling evidence does, be released within the next 36 hours, when that is released, and then that certain people are, allegedly being held accountable, is that going to be like the magic wand to be like, okay, you're right, like, okay, get him out of here? Or is there like a whole other like formal and potentially like lengthy process, in order to go through, so exactly. I got to do some more knowledge to see like what that could look like. And it's just an overall sticky situation. Now, of course, people are talking, from a conspiracy theory standpoint, where Tory was independent and all these different things, and the labels are trying to get at him, and he hacked the code, and trying to go after a black man. And I feel like those elements are, it could be true. I'm not taking it off the table, but at the end of the day, there was an incident that had happened, and this you can connect with Diddy as well. A lot of these guys aren't squeaky clean like that. You know what I mean? So to say that, man, trying to hold a black man down, it's like, well, these guys are also doing some BS at the same time too. So it's
thank you. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So we can't.
These guys, we're not talking about Fred Hampton and fucking Eldridge Cleaver here. We are not. We are. Let's get it clear. Like, for real, do not put. We are not dealing with Martin and Malcolm here. So like, these guys aren't being fucking. And it's like, yeah, of course the cops can be corrupt too, and there are cops that are following certain dudes in hip hop that they shouldn't be following. Yeah. But I mean, all of us have been shocked about. I'm like, Diddy probably, like, some people might have been fabricating some of these Diddy cases, but I don't think all of them are fake. Like, see, this dude is guilty of some shit, and yeah, Tory was doing some fuckboy shit. Tory actually had, I think, the assault of August Alsina. I think that was another thing that was lingering. That was like, and I saw video footage of him doing that shit. Like, he had a couple other cases floating around before this Megan thing happened, and he wasn't no fucking choir boy. Not at all. So yeah, I mean, yeah, but the thing is, if he didn't do the shooting, he shouldn't be in jail for it. That's like a simple thing that I will say. Like, no matter fan or not, that's something that I will defend. But that being said, like, just get the case right.
Yeah, man, true indeed, man. And that goes into the Diddy trials. And I gotta keep saying this, man, because when it comes to like surveillance of like hip hop artists and whatnot, like people forget that when the hip hop police was formed in like the late 90s, it was because of, if I'm not mistaken, like specifically P. Diddy and a few other folks and whatnot that were, prime like focus. And of course it expanded off into like other artists and whatnot. But like he's been observed for quite some time, And when it comes with power and privilege, there's always like another level that people want to go. It's like, how far can they go? Who can they pay off to do things and whatnot? And it sucks because all of these things that are coming to light, are going to overshadow all of like the amazing things that he has done. Like I'll give him credit for like on the music, fronts and the collaborations and whatnot. But it's like, at some point we have to be like accountable, and it sucks that it's all happening on the world stage. And I don't wish the demise on nobody, man. But as Farrakhan once said, hey man, when great men fall, don't laugh, learn. You know what I mean? Don't laugh, learn. So
that's real.
That's the way I look at it, man. It's like, okay, man, because the same thing, because he goes and he continues to go to like same things that tempt one man to fall, man, the same thing are tempting you as well, right? So I mean,
that's so real. I mean, Diddy, there's so many cases that are so similar to it. It's a tried and true tale in history. And like the simple parallel to me is like Nino Brown. It's like Nino Brown, just because Nino Brown is giving out turkeys on Thanksgiving to the projects doesn't mean this man is also not a vampire in the neighborhood, also like murdering people and doing crime. So like that's one of the reasons that some of these people do positive stuff in the first place, and have charities and philanthropic initiatives and do a vote or die thing to cover up whatever else he's doing, and like put out and do contribute to a anti-gun record or some shit and just cover up for some shit he's doing to Cassie. So yeah, man, it's complicated and blurry, and everybody's got a little angel and devil in them. So yeah, man. But when you do crime, you do crime. So that's it, man. And
that's it. That's all, yo.
That's it. And like, yeah, these heroes of ours, like nobody would have ever thought that Biggie's line has taken on brand new meaning. You never thought that hip hop would take it this far. Like,
nope.
Nobody in 1994. I have the first Bad Boy ad right over there. The very first full page Bad Boy ad. It's a baby holding his little hand like a gun in a diaper, and it says "Bad Boy: The Future of Entertainment." I pulled it out of a Source magazine in 1992.
Wow.
That
doesn't even exist, man. You can pull it up. Yo, let's get the archives, man. This is a Reminisce show exclusive, man. Come on now. We got.
No. This is another one of their first full page ads. I forgot. It wasn't that.
No, we know that one.
I have, but this is the first full page ad for Ready to Die. And look at this, what it says at the start. This is the start of something big. Like this is the very beginning. This came out before the release date, and the release date is on the bottom.
Dope.
Like, this is the source, October 1994. Like, this is so old school.
Okay.
And I have the source issue like 2 years earlier as the first Bad Boy ad ever. And like, I'm just saying, like, nobody thought that this would be that we would be looking. Yeah, like, this is unbelievable. And this should never happen again. Nobody else in hip hop history, I hope, goes to jail for this shit or gets arrested. But we'll speaking of the case, Cassie's done her testimony, and I see it looks like Kid Cudi is about to take the stand.
Man, what Kid Cudi? Oh,
yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, I'm like, I don't understand it. Then I remember a little incident.
Yep. It's about to get. It's about to get really real. It's about to get really, really real.
You want to, give context for Kid Cudi's involvement in this? Like, what does Kid Cudi got to do with Cassie and P Diddy? What happened, man?
There was a moment. There was a moment where Cassie was trying to be on the outs with P Diddy, and she was interested in Kid Cudi and was talking to him. And Diddy found out that Cassie was talking to Kid Cudi, and Diddy blew up Kid Cudi's car.
And blew up the man's car.
Like, and so
no, hold on, wait. Did he blow it up like mafia style, like where like he starts the car engine or something? Like what do you mean he blew up his car?
He actually, the car exploded. He had some kind of explosive device that was put under the car, and the car was exploded while Kid Cudi was inside the house. I think it was like, so nobody died, nobody was injured, but like Kid Cudi's car was exploded in his driveway.
That's a bad thing.
Yeah, it was like that shit it really happened. And so Kid Cudi, this happened in like 2004, 2005.
Yeah, early.
And Kid Cudi didn't report Diddy to the cops, but what he did do is there was a project that he put out around that time, and the cover of the project was literally just an explosion. Like, it was just like just the flames and smoke from an explosion was the cover of the and he was like, that was like one of his ways of communicating, yeah, this is what's going on. So he's about to take the stand. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Okay. Well, there is a lot that is happening, man. Lots is going down, man. Lots going down. Word. Well, we're gonna stay tuned for that and see what's up, man. But anything else to add on?
Not really. Yeah, it's just interesting times in hip hop. All these battles are really cool. I just want to give a quick little shout out to these dudes because dudes are just rapping again. Like, when you see this I can just try to pull it up really quick. I haven't even listened to all of them. I listened to most of them, and they're not all fantastic, but dudes are rapping again. Like
rapping.
Oh,
okay.
Literally, like, this isn't all in the last few days.
Oh man, you got the archive, man. You got the receipts, man. You keeping tabs and all the battles are going back and forth.
Yeah, like, literally, like the last 10 or 15 entries on this list are from the last 7 days. Like, one of the things starts when Joey Badass did his diss in January. So this is all this year, but a lot of this is in May. Like, right here, 5 of them are in May. Like, literally, not even 5, like 12 of them actually. So yeah, the streets is talking. The street is hot. People are rapping. No drill, no fuckery, no bullshit, just bars.
That's it, man. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, some people it's just like carrying on the energy of, and then I'll sum it up really quick. One of the like underlying threads in it is Joey Badass is dissing a lot of the guys in TDE, and a couple times he's definitely taking lots of shots at Kendrick, and quite a few times he's like, there's two boogeymen, and he's like, yo, one of the song that he put out with he put out a song with that battle dude. So he's just like, we know K Dot's scared to reply, and he's just taking little jabs at Kendrick and stuff. And so the TDE guys are replying, but Kendrick hasn't replied yet, and a lot of people are like, "Will Kendrick reply?" And it's kind of, I don't think he will, but but Daylight is replying, and Daylight's doing a lot for LA, so that's what's up.
Well, I'm gonna keep some tabs on that, man, because I love a great battle, and the battle scene is to me, that's like the culture of hip hop, the core essence of it. We can't lose that. That vibe. It's steel sharp and steel, man. Got to keep sharp.
Oh, that's what it is, man. You definitely hear, and it's just like you hear the little chinks in each dude's armor. Like some dudes are rocking beats better. Some dudes got good punchlines, but they're fucking up on other things. Some dudes are really good at this and not good at that, but they all swinging. It's just like gladiator combat.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, but it's all hip hop, and so far, everyone's just keeping it to spitting. There's no like really ignorant violence. Nobody's going over the lines and dissing moms, or there's no guns. It's up in the studio, so it's all good right now. It's all good. Just good clean fun on wax.
That's it, man. That's it. That's all. Word, man. So I guess we can simmer down like that. You know what I'm saying? Weekly check-in, all that good stuff, man. And I'm sure like next week is going to have a lot of things. I know I'm going to see if I'm going to, check into the concert with Farside and everyone else that's coming through. But if not, I know you'll have like some reviews and some perspectives as well. So we're going to keep that close. We're going to sign off like this, man. Reminisce show, carry that tradition of Sankofa as well as Ubuntu, because I am, because we are. We do this every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time live. Go by Logic, and I'm here with my brother.
I've been the Supreme.
Yeah, man. We out here, man.
Real quick. I just want to give a shout out to that Mission Impossible movie. Actually, real quick, I gotta give a double shout out to this, because I saw the Mission Impossible movie, and I'm happy for linking up a ticket. It was a pretty good movie. I wanted it to be a little better. It was better than the last one, but it wasn't as good as 2 movies ago. And I'm saying all this to say, when Tom Cruise was promoting this movie a couple of days ago, there's a picture of him on the red carpet, with none other than Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
And Michael B. Jordan and Tom Cruise is giving him daps, and they said as he should. And then so both of them have promoted each other's newest movie right now. And then there was one interesting thing said where Tom Cruise is like, yo, man, I want to make a movie with Michael B. Jordan. He literally he quotes. He's like, he's like, this dude is the dude. I would like to make a movie with.
First of all, Tom Cruise needs him. Okay, let's just
like right.
Let's just call it what it is. Hey, Tom Cruise, great legend. Don't get me wrong. Legend. If we're looking at where it's at right now, generation, like you need to be close proximity. You got to hug him like this.
That's what it is. Real, recognize real. Like when Tom Cruise actually, when he was falling off in one of his, actually I still hold it to this day. Like when he was in his shittiest part, who did he make one of his illest movies with? Collateral, Jamie Foxx. who was ill as fuck at the time, and like Jamie Foxx, a super legend, like, and like that was a resurrection for his career at that time. And so it's just like Tom Cruise is like, hey man, I see a real recognized real, and like,
well,
he
what
said
I'm
he
hearing,
loves sinners. He done said he loves sinners, and he's like, yo man, I know that like Michael B. Jordan is the shit.
Well, I mean, this is a lesson that we all can learn from Tom Cruise, right? Which is the ability to pivot, because that's what I'm hearing. You know, he was in downfall. He was like, okay, who can I connect with? Let me link with the brothers.
That's real. That's what it is.
Hollywood is too cutthroat. You know what I mean? Like we're welcoming everybody. We're like, oh man, Tom Cruise, man, cool, man, come through, man, pull up.
That's what it is. So, and Tom Cruise ain't a hater, man. You know,
no, come on now.
Ving Rhames is all up in this new one. Ving Rhames is, shout out to Ving Rhames, man. He's, Tom Cruise works with black actors from time to time, but like, he ain't quite Leonardo DiCaprio and Scorsese. But yeah, anyways, I was really happy to see that, and shout out to Tom Cruise and Michael B. Jordan. Sinners are still killing it right now, man. It's like people are still.
I'm gonna I need to go see it again, like before it's like not in the theaters, and then when it comes out on the Cineplex app or whatever, I'm gonna like purchase it, even though I know it will be on streaming side. But I want to support the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what we got to invest in. You know what I'm saying? I'm investing in the culture, right? So they can be like, ooh, there's money over here. Let's do more. Let's do the Haitian Revolution movie now. You know what I'm saying? On a vibe like Sinners. Please and thank you. That's all. That's all I need, man.
Sure,
on that level. It just needs to be on that level.
In my lifetime,
and working the energy and like, freeing themselves. Come on, man. I need that, like a proper Haitian Revolution film. Proper.
That's it. Like it needs at least I hope, God willing, $50 million, $100 million budget. That would be great, because there's a few little documentaries and a few little short films that people have done over the years. I've seen some like small scale, and it's really dope. The energy is great, but it wasn't like a big full length movie, and it wasn't like a worldwide release, and it's. That part of history needs, especially
it needs it needs to have like the Black Panther type of aura, but now we're talking about an actual real movement, real people, that real thing that actually happened. You know what I'm saying? Like we need that. And then let's not stop there. Then we can go do like the Jamaican Maroons story and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like let's not stop there. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many. I'm sure that there's like some like anyways, we'll just leave it at that for now, man. But
those are
100%. We need that desperately. We need that. You know what I mean? Sac passe.
Word up. So that's a good. We'll sign off on that note. And
what's up, man. All right, y'all. Stolen from Africa. Shout out History, man, in Montreal. You already know. Go by Logic. I'm here with my brother one last time.
I'm Ben the Supreme. What up? Oh,
peace, man. King of Queen Street, man. And we are going to sign off like that, man. Tuesday, 7 p.m. live Eastern Time.